ASMR videos. Today you're seeing me from another angle because I decided to use a different phone mount today, so I hope that you enjoy it. But yeah, I've been seeing these videos in the ASMR community of like, you can go to sleep if X, Y, and Z, and I really wanted to make a video like it. So let's get started so that you can go to sleep. So if your name is Noel or Noella, you can go to sleep, queen. Or king, sorry, royalty. Sorry, that was very gendered, I don't know why. If you speak Portuguese, you can go to sleep. Fala português. Vá dormir. Vá dormir. If you ate a salad today, you can go to sleep. You probably need your rest. If you are on vacation right this moment, you can go to sleep. If you've ever broken a bone, you can go to sleep. And I sincerely hope that you are okay. If you have moved more than 3 times in your life, you can go to sleep. If you have ever seen a bear, you can go to sleep. I hope it was just at the zoo. It's kind of scary to see a bear in person. If you don't have the TikTok app on your phone, you can go to sleep. You're probably already asleep, so you're probably not even watching this. But if you don't have TikTok, you can go to sleep. If you put raisins in your potato salad, you can go to sleep. And don't ever do that again, that is nasty. I'm just kidding. If you put raisins in your potato salad, you can go to sleep. If you're a picky eater, you can go to sleep. If you're a picky eater, you can go to sleep. If your phone battery is at 100% right now, you can go to sleep. If you are a receptionist, no matter where it is, at a hotel, at a doctor's office, at the hospital, at a spa, you can go to sleep. If you have a tattoo of a butterfly, you can go to sleep. If you've ever gotten a tooth removed, you can go to sleep. That includes your wisdom teeth. I know that a lot of people have gotten them removed. That includes your wisdom teeth. If you've had your wisdom teeth removed, you can go to sleep. If you're wearing mouth tape to bed, you can go to sleep. If you have a chicken or chickens, you can go to sleep. We have chickens, just so you guys know. If you read magazines, but only physical copies of magazines, you can go to sleep. If you majored in psychology in college, you can go to sleep. If you know how to play a trombone, you can go to sleep. If you listen to The Cure, you can go to sleep. They're one of my favorite bands, just so you guys know. Just so we're clear, if you listen to The Cure, you can go to sleep. If you like Starbucks, you can go to sleep. Dunkin' is better. They're cheaper. Just saying. If you have your nose pierced, you can go to sleep. Whether it's your septum or your nostril, or I don't know, what else do people do? What's that one right there? You can go to sleep if you have that too. If you can spell Prague, you can go to sleep. If you wear a bonnet or head wrap to bed, you can go to sleep. If you speak French, you can go to sleep. Tu parles français? Allez dormir. If your dad's name is Bob, you can go to sleep. I like the name Bob. Bob, Bob, Bob. If you have ever made an ASMR video, you can go to sleep, even though you probably won't, because I know that when I watch these videos, I don't really fall asleep. I just sit here watching it because I want to hear everything. If you have red hair, you can go to sleep. And not just the natural red-haired people. If you have your hair dyed red, you can go to sleep too. If you have ever visited New England, you can go to sleep. If you don't know what New England is, it is the states in the northeast part of the United States. That includes Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Connecticut. Some people also include New York when they talk about New England, but I do not. If you have ever had a surgery, you can go to sleep. Also, I hope that you are okay. If you know how to change a tire, you can go to sleep. I don't know how to change a tire, just so you know. Don't feel bad if you don't know how to change a tire. It happens to the best of us. If you like bugs, you can go to sleep. And when I say like bugs, you don't necessarily have to love them, but if you don't get scared of bugs, you can go to sleep. If your grandma's name is Elizabeth, you can go to sleep. If you have been friends with one of your friends for over 10 years, you can go to sleep. If you know how to crochet, you can go to sleep. I crochet for a living. It's one of my sweaters. If you like to crochet, you should follow my YouTube. It's called Flower Power Art and Crochet. But if you can crochet, you can go to sleep. If you have never kissed anyone in your life, you can go to sleep. If you play Roblox, no matter what the game is, you can go to sleep. If you have ever watched Jersey Shore, you can go to sleep. Also, look at my shirt. If you have never ever ridden on a horse's back, you can go to sleep. If you have a gap in your 2 front teeth, you can go to sleep. I have one slightly. When I was a kid, I had one, and my grandma has one, and I always think it just suits her face perfectly. If you have a cat, you can go to sleep. They might not let you sleep for long, but you can go to sleep. If you do not like Beyonce Knowles, you can go to sleep. If your father's name is Joseph, you can go to sleep. If you know how to play a guitar, you can go to sleep. And the ukulele does not count. Well, it should, because it's literally a guitar. The ukulele counts then. Fine. Whatever. You can have it. If you listen to Tyler, the Creator, you can go to sleep. If you are flexible enough that you can do a split, you can go to sleep. If your favorite color is blue, you can go to sleep. If you're still stuck on your ex, you can go to sleep. And please resist the temptation to text them goodnight. If you have ever gone on a cruise, you can go to sleep. If you know how to solve a Rubik's Cube in under a minute, you can go to sleep. If you are wearing the color black right now, you can go to sleep. If you've ever eaten durian, you can go to sleep. Oh, I want to add this too. If you've ever eaten jackfruit, you can go to sleep. I love jackfruit. It's a perfect vegan supplement. If you have ever read an Emily Henry book, you can go to sleep. If you have a college degree, you can go to sleep. If you are left-handed, you can go to sleep. If you have a gluten allergy, you can go to sleep. If you are able to do a back bend without falling on your back, you can go to sleep. If your last name begins with an M, you can go to sleep. If you have ever seen a deer in your yard, you can go to sleep. If you are a Virgo, you can go to sleep. I'm a Virgo. If you have ever been to a museum, you can go to sleep. If you are capable of doing a cartwheel without falling, you can go to sleep. If your first name begins with a B, you can go to sleep. If you have a pet dog, you can go to sleep. If you've ever seen a spider inside your house, you can go to sleep. I should ask, if you've ever seen a stink bug in your house, you can go to sleep. If you've ever seen a rainbow in person, you can go to sleep. If you like to play video games, you can go to sleep. If you have ever been stung by a bee, you can go to sleep. If you have been stung by a wasp or a hornet, you can go to sleep. If you choose brown rice at Chipotle, you can go to sleep. I too choose brown rice. If you have brown eyes, you can go to sleep. If you would say that you're more of a night owl than a morning person, you can go to sleep. If you have glasses, you can go to sleep. And don't do that because it's just gonna annoy you that it's all blurry now. If you can whistle, you can go to sleep. That's me trying to whistle in an ASMR way. I don't think it worked. If you have ever been cheated on by a romantic partner, you can go to sleep. If you have brown hair, you can go to sleep. If you listen to Mac Miller, you can go to sleep. Rest in peace. If you like to draw, you can go to sleep. If you are subscribed to my ASMR channel, you can go to sleep. If you have ever stayed overnight as a patient in a hospital, you can go to sleep. If you have a braid or braids in your hair, you can go to sleep. If you like to read, you can go to sleep. If you don't like chocolate, you can go to sleep. If you know how to knit, you can go to sleep. If you've ever read a book by Frida McFadden, you can go to sleep. If you've ever been a witch for Halloween, you can go to sleep. If you have ever watched a horror movie, you can go to sleep. If your favorite subject in school was or is history, you can go to sleep. If you play Sims, whether it is on the computer or on a console, you can go to sleep. If you keep water by your bed, you can go to sleep. It can be a cup, a glass, a bottle, whatever is right for you. You can go to sleep. If you have hair that is shorter than shoulder length, you can go to sleep. If you've ever read a book by Abby Jimenez, you can go to sleep. If you have ever seen a shooting star, you can go to sleep. If you watch The Last of Us, you can go to sleep. If you live in California, you can go to sleep. If you are older than 30 years old, you can go to sleep. If you have ever sleepwalked, you can go to sleep. And I hope you stay in bed tonight. If you like strawberries, you can go to sleep. If you identify as LGBTQ+, you can go to sleep. If your name starts with an A, you can go to sleep. If your favorite subject in school was or is English, you can go to sleep. If you have ever visited a national park in the United States, you can go to sleep. If you have socks on your feet right now, you can go to sleep. If you are vegetarian or vegan, you can go to sleep. If your grandfather's name is Edward, you can go to sleep. Last one, I hope that it is for you. If you like this video, you can go to sleep. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that by the time I am saying this right now, you're asleep, because I was getting very, very broad in my questions towards the end there on purpose. But if none of these apply to you, let me know in the comments, because I'm deeply intrigued. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I've never really